All right, let's touch on the Spence and Crawford fight. I guess I want to say, do we get that fight? If Spence, let's just say when Spence beats Pacquiao, one, do you believe he's going to get the credit? Because you already know, yeah, it's a good fight. Everybody's saying, okay, Pacquiao, so great, this and that. But when Spence beats him or retires him, then you're going to get the haters, oh, he was supposed to do that. Pacquiao was old. So how do you feel about that fight? Win or lose? Spence wins or lose? How do you feel about that?
Well, if Spence wins, they're gonna say it's just that people love Manny Pacquiao so much that's gonna be like, oh no, well he was old, he was 42, he hadn't fought in 2 years, he this, he that. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao knew that when he signed the contract, though. You know what I'm saying? Pacquiao knew when he signed the contract. Don't try to discredit Earl. Earl can only fight him when the fight's presented. Everybody wanna talk about, man, 2-3 years ago that's gonna be the first thing they say. About 2-3 years ago, he wouldn't have been able to touch him. Well, it ain't 2-3 years ago now. Manny Pacquiao knows how old he is. Right. He knows how long he's been out of the ring, but he's still a competitor. So he took that fight. Manny's not gonna come back and take small fights. Ain't no tune-ups. He don't really got the time for it.
Right.
You know, he's 42. Ain't really got time for a tune-up. He's trying to be a politician. So he takes what's readily available. And since because of his status, he can come back after 2 years and take on the unified world champion. You know what I mean? But he earned that. I would give Manny Pacquiao his credit. He earned the right to be able to do that. You know, and if Spence loses, they gonna just say I told y'all he was a hype job. This dude ain't no hype job though. Ain't no hype job. He lost to just because he lost to Manny Pacquiao. 60 plus people have. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just the next one in line. He's just the next one in line. But they gonna criticize him like I told y'all he was hyped up. But who's the guy that you were picking to be better than Earl Spence? Can he beat Manny?
Right.
That's gonna be and that's where that question comes. But honestly, I think Earl's gonna win just because, you know, Pacquiao being 2 years removed, that does something. That does something to you. Okay, you got to get back in the groove of things. You know, he's 42 years old.
Right.
So he can't train like he did when he was in his mid-30s. You know, he's 42. Body changing. My brother's 29. He can feel his body changing. You know.
So after Spence wins and he beats Pacquiao, how do you feel? Do we get Spence and Crawford? Do we get that fight? Let's say, do we get that fight 2022?
You was just the top rank, so you should have asked Bob Arum because they seem like he the only one. He seemed like he don't. I think he seemed like the only one that's kind of, I don't know, not on board or whatever. He's Terrence Crawford's his fighter, and that's Bob Arum's fighter. Bob Arum's criticized him. He don't sell this. He don't do that. But my whole thing is, you can't sell a fighter without a good dance partner. You know what I mean?
Right.
So all of the welterweights, all of the top welterweights that they want to see him fight are with PBC. Bob Arum and PBC and Al Heyman and all that, they act like they don't want to work with each other.
Right.
But I mean, if you look at this Fury Wilder
and Wilder, right?
Look how many they got. Some PBC versus top ranked fights. These are some good fights. Frank Sanchez versus F.A. Ajagba. That's a fight. That's a noteworthy fight. That's a fight worth looking forward to.
Right.
They make great shows when they come together. Somebody's being greedy. So whoever it is, I can't say if it's PBC or top rank. Somebody gotta stop being greedy.
Right. So pretty much it's not about really the fighters. You would say it's just more about the money.
Yeah, I think it's more the politics. You know, if Bob Arum had more welterweights, he could just put Terrence Crawford against his other top.
You think it's something personal though with the promoters? You know, and just.
It must
PBC
be.
and top rank.
Well,
you think it's
you know, it starts off. It's not personal. It's business. Like I don't like the way you do business, but that's an attack on somebody's character in a way. So yeah, personal reasons is probably keeping them from doing work, or keeping them from working together.
Right. So let's say Spence, when he beats Pacquiao, let's say he doesn't get the Crawford fight, who would you want to see him fight next? If he beats Pacquiao, then who's left in line? Would you want to see the Porter rematch, or?
No, I don't even want to see the Thurman Porter rematch.
No, definitely. I think Thurman needs to
I think whoever's next. I mean, Ugas still got a belt. Right. Ugas has a belt. That'll give him 3 belts. And then, I mean, they can work they can keep trying to work towards Terrence. And I mean, after that, the only option is going up to 54.
Now, knowing what Crawford did, moving up in weight, let's say after, like I said, Spence beats Pacquiao. Do you think when he comes and talks to Crawford, it should be a 50-50 fight? How do you feel about that?
I can't say I do. No, like if you look go by the numbers, it's gonna be a pay-per-view. Look who Spence's pay-per-view numbers look better than Crawford's. He gets to say, bro, I'm bringing more to the table than you. You're not the numbers don't look good. His pay-per-view numbers don't look good compared to his pay-per-view numbers don't look good fighting Amir Khan, Victor Posto. Them Jones didn't do that good, especially the Amir Khan one. Everybody and their mother knew Terrence Crawford was gonna beat Amir Khan.
But it's going to even be worse when he beats Pacquiao because now he's bringing more to the table.
Exactly, because now he's going to do numbers because it's Pacquiao. I mean, Earl's going to bring a crowd, but Pacquiao's going to bring the whole boxing world with him. You know what I mean? So, but them together, they both get to say, man, I did this.
But for legacy, do you let that fight go, or do you go ahead and say, okay, Crawford, I did this and that, you did this and that, but I'm gonna come in and if that was you, would you just do 50-50 just to get that fight on paper and get in the ring and let's figure out who's the best?
I probably wouldn't. I'm doing more to work. I deserve more of the money. I'm putting more asses in seats. I deserve more of the money. It's not a 50-50 thing. We're not bringing you're not bringing 100,000 people. I'm bringing 100,000 people.
Right.
I'm bringing about 300,000 people. You're bringing about 100,000 people. You know what I mean? This is small numbers, of course. This is an example, but it's not. If you can't ask for the same as I'm getting if you're not doing the numbers I'm doing. I like Terrence Crawford. I like Terrence Crawford a lot, but that's the truth of it. His pay-per-view, and it's not totally his fault, but the pay-per-view numbers. If we're going by pay-per-view numbers, he's getting eaten up by Earl.
Right.
And that comes back to having good opposition.
No.
Having all the top welterweights over there. Sean Porter and Errol Spence. That fight everybody was clamoring for.
Right.
WBC, IBF unification. Everybody was excited for that fight. Even Danny Garcia still. I mean, he with the fight with pay-per-view, he still brings more to the table than Terrence.
Right. Now, if you were Crawford, would you just become a free agent or would you sign the PBC?
With to me, from where I'm sitting, the logical thing to do is to sign with PBC. Don't sign with Eddie Hearn and then hope Eddie Hearn has a better relationship. Yeah, that's the only other person to really go to.
Right.
Sign with PBC. And the thing is, they're gonna sign with PBC. They're not even gonna make that fight first. They're gonna put him in with. They might put him in with Sean. Give him more money. They're gonna give Sean the money he wants. They're gonna give Earl the money he wants. I mean, Terrence the money.
He's definitely gonna get tested.
They're gonna put him in. They might put him in with Thurman.
Right.
They both gonna make good money. They're gonna let it build, and then
mega fight.
Then they're gonna make a mega fight. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way to kind of move about it. Really, if you have control of both, not control, excuse me, but if you have both of these guys under your umbrella, you know what I'm saying? That's how you can move the fight to build it.
Facts. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.